Hey there, if you've ever found yourself just staring at the ceiling, wondering why you can't fall asleep, then this one's for you. We're going to walk through a really simple, practical technique called the gravity method. And honestly, it might just change how you think about rest.
So does this sound familiar? You're totally exhausted, you're lying in bed, but your brain is just running a marathon, right? You can feel that tension in your shoulders, your legs feel all restless. It's that super frustrating feeling where the more you try to sleep, the more awake you feel. You're so not alone in this.
And this right here is the big idea behind the whole method. The gravity method isn't about trying to wrestle your mind into submission. It's a total shift in perspective. It's all about letting go, creating the right conditions, and just allowing sleep to find you. And that feeling of being heavy, that's the secret sauce.
So, how do we get that heavy feeling? Well, it all starts with a 4-part body scan. It's actually based on a really proven technique called progressive muscle relaxation. And as we get into it, I want you to imagine something. Picture your mattress as this giant, gentle magnet, just pulling you down into this state of deep, deep rest.
Okay, so we're going to start from the ground up. I mean, literally. The first part of this scan focuses on your feet and your legs, the very foundation of your body.
So the first move is incredibly simple. This is not some complicated stretch. Just bring your awareness down to your toes. Give them one little wiggle, and then just release. Let them go completely limp. Now shift your focus over to your heels. Just notice their weight, how they're pressing into the mattress. That's it. Now, here's where we pair that physical feeling with a mental picture. As you feel that weight in your legs, I want you to imagine they're like these heavy, dense logs, just slowly and effortlessly sinking into warm, soft sand. This little mental note really helps anchor that feeling of release and makes it way more powerful.
All right, from the legs, let's move our awareness up to the body's center of gravity, your hips and your torso. This is an area where we tend to hold a ton of subconscious tension, and we don't even realize it.
You know, the key here is to be passive. You're not really doing anything. You're just letting it all happen. Just feel your hips get heavy and widen. Allow your lower back, which has been working so hard all day, to finally just release its grip. And then just watch your breath. Don't try to control it. Don't try to change it. Just observe it moving, kind of like an ocean wave.
And the thought you want to hold on to here is all about trust. It's a reminder that right now, in this very moment, you don't have to hold anything together. The bed has got you. So give yourself permission to just completely surrender your weight and feel totally supported.
Okay, next up, we bring our focus to the upper body, your hands, arms, and shoulders. You could call these the body's stress hangers, right? If you've ever had a stressful day, you know exactly how tension just loves to collect right here.
You know how when we're stressed, our shoulders kind of creep up towards our ears? Well, the first step is to just consciously drop them. Let them fall. Then open up your hands, uncurl your fingers. And imagine a warm, heavy liquid just flowing down from your shoulders, through your arms, and pulling all of that built-up tension right out through your fingertips.
And this is such a simple thought, but man, is it powerful. As you feel that physical release, you're also giving yourself permission for a mental one. All the tasks, the worries, the conversations from the day, just picture them draining away with that tension. You are letting it all go.
All right, we've made it to the final step. And honestly, this might be the most important part of the whole scan. We're talking about the face, specifically your jaw and your eyes. This is like the final gate we need to pass through to get to that state of true rest.
Now, these are super subtle movements, but they have a huge impact. So many of us clench our jaw at night without even knowing it. So just let your teeth part just a tiny bit. Let your tongue relax and fall from the roof of your mouth. Then feel the muscles behind your eyes soften, almost like they're sinking backward into a quiet, comfortable, dark space.
And that's it. That's the final feeling to just rest in. It's not a scary darkness, right? It's a peaceful, velvety, quiet darkness. With this last step, your physical body is now heavy, it's fully supported, and it's at rest.
Okay, but what happens when, just as you're feeling relaxed, a thought about work or a worry about tomorrow just comes knocking at the door? The physical part is only half the battle. Now we gotta talk about the mind. So here's a super simple 3-step way to handle this. The trick is to stop fighting the thought, because fighting it just gives it more power. Instead, you just acknowledge it, almost like a polite host. There's the thought about my meeting tomorrow. But, and this is key, you don't invite it in for tea. You don't follow it down the rabbit hole, you just notice it, and then you let it go on its way. And if you need a little help with this, here's a really great visual to use. Imagine your mind is a gentle stream, and your thoughts are just leaves floating on the surface. You don't have to jump in the water and grab every single leaf. You can just lie on the bank and watch them float by. Some are interesting, some are boring, but all of them, they're just passing through.
But, okay, what about those nights when your mind feels less like a gentle stream and more like a buzzing engine? For those nights, I've got one last, incredibly simple trick to help quiet all that mental static. It's called the slow-mo count. As you breathe in, you just silently think the number 1. And as you breathe out, you think the word sleep. Then you inhale 2, exhale sleep. You do this all the way to 10. And look, if you lose count or your mind wanders off, that's totally fine. You just gently, without any judgment, start over again at 1.
And this brings us to the most liberating part of this whole trick. This isn't a test that you can fail. You're not trying to get a perfect score and make it to 10. You are actually trying to bore your active thinking mind into submission. The rhythmic, repetitive nature of the count is just uninteresting enough that your brain eventually just gives up and lets go.
And so we end up back at this question, right? It kind of summarizes the whole philosophy of the gravity method. Maybe the answer to our sleepless nights isn't some new strategy or a new pill or just trying harder. Maybe it's just an invitation to stop trying, to become heavy, and to let gravity and sleep do the rest.